Hey everyone, it's Cosette here. So today I'm going to share with you my brushes that I use in SAI. I basically use only 4 brushes. So the first one that I'll show you is my line art brush, and I'll just screenshot that or whatever. Okay, just one sec. Okay, so I called it bottle, and I'll just zoom up really big for ya. Okay, so I'll put the settings on the side and I'll demonstrate on this window what I do with it. So I usually draw with a size 3 brush. So let's do that. Just draw something fast. And then I'll also demonstrate some coloring today because it was also asked on a video in a comment. So, yep. Okay, let's draw something fast. Okay, whatever. No, I hate this. Let me try again. Okay, so I got some messy lines there. Whatever. Okay, so you got your lines. So the next brush that I usually use is a really solid brush. And let me screenshot that as well, and I'll put that on the side. Oops. There we go. So these are the settings for my brush that I use to do the flat colors underneath the line art. So let me do that now. Actually, what I like to do when I have line art is to use the magic wand, select around it, and just hold the shift button to select extra areas. And then I'll go to selection, increment, and then I'll invert the selection. So that basically selects all the area inside the line art minus the parts where I had breaks in the line. And then now I'll use my shortcut key to fill in that area, Control F. And then I'll deselect with Control D. And then I'll go and use my solid brush, the one that I'm displaying on the side there, and just fill in the rest of the missed areas. And then I'm going to do something later which basically limits all your later coloring into this space that you just colored in. So it's called masking, I think. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do now that I filled in the space that I'm going to use to color is I'm going to make a folder. You click that little folder there and out it pops, and then you're going to click clipping group. So what that means is now any layer that you put inside the folder is going to be clipped to your base layer, the one that you colored in. So maybe I'll change that color. So if you ever want to change everything in a layer, click preserve opacity, and then you can fill it with whatever color you like. So I made it darker so then I can see what I'm doing. So I'll go back to that new layer inside the folder, and I'll choose my skin color here. Okay. And I usually work on skin and then hair and then clothing, if there is clothing. Okay. So now that I've filled in my skin areas, I'm going to hit preserve opacity, and then we'll be moving on to the next brush that I use. So I'm gonna screenshot those settings and I'll put it here, paste. Okay, so those are the settings. This is a setting that I use for the brush to add the first layer of color or shading onto color that I've already put down. So in this case it would be blush or some shadow or something like that. Okay, color under the nose, upper lip, under the lip, on the neck, under the hair. Okay. Next, I'm going to use a more soft brush for blending out that color that I just added. So I'll put those settings on the side as well. Oops, there we go. So with this brush, I'm going to choose, or I'm going to stick with the same color that I already was putting down, and I'll just blend out that edge there. And then I'll go and choose a more darker color and softly add it on top as well. There you go. Okay, so whenever I want to do like a hard edge but still kind of soft, I use the brush that I previously showed you. The settings are here. Oh, whatever. Okay, anyways, that's good enough for the skin. Now I'm going to color the whites of the eyes with my really solid brush. I like using that one whenever I'm putting down the base color, because it's gonna make like a 100% opacity. I don't know, I'm so bad at explaining. Anyways, the main thing is you're putting down really solid colors and they're not like see-through. Okay, so I've got the whites down. I'm going to preserve opacity now that I've put down that area, and then I'm going to go back to my first layer of shading, so I'll put that in, and then I can use the softer brush and blend that out a little bit. There you go. Next, and then I tend to also merge down the colors as I finish them, so it keeps the number of layers really small. I don't like having to scroll through all the layers. And now I'll just color in the eyes. So I'll put in the base color of the eye with my really solid brush. Okay, preserve opacity. Use the first layer of shading. So I choose a darker color, fill it in, and if you tap with your tablet pen, then you can softly color something and kind of maintain like a blotchy watercolor kind of effect. Whereas if you hold down your pen and you drag it around, then it's a more solid kind of look for your coloring. It depends on what you want to achieve when you're coloring. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm gonna choose a darker color. And then I also have this airbrush right here on the side. I don't really use it that much, but sometimes it's handy. There's the settings.